on this podcast, we love to talk about WAGs, wives and girlfriends of athletes. Megan and I are so obsessed with this. I thought it would be fun if we played a little game of over-under and we projected how long their relationship would last. You and I are both newlyweds, so we have a lot of advice to give to these young prospects. Okay, next up we have Shelby Perlman. She's the fiance of Arkansas wide receiver Treylon Burks. Okay, look at these two. They've been an item since 2020. Less than a year later, Burks revealed in January of 2022 that he proposed to Perlman using the hashtag for Better and the Burks. Leading up to the draft, Burks and Perlman enjoyed Garth Brooks' concert together in April 2022. And it looked like they caught it from the suite. I am going to take the under on this relationship because they've not been together so long. His life is about to change drastically. I think there could be a lot of other distractions for both people in Nashville. So I'm going to take the under on this one simply because they've only been an item for like a year and 8 months. I mean, that year does include COVID, so it's almost 2 years for the price of one, but I'm taking the under.
Sure. I'm going to go over here because based on what you said, if they're living in Nashville and they went together to a Garth Brooks concert, who's country too, maybe that just suits them perfectly as a couple. And maybe they bond because of stuff like that. I'm going to go over.
Miss Amy Paternoster, she is Mrs. Kenny Pickett, and I think these two have a very promising future. So Amy is an athlete just like her husband, which I love. Love when athletes get together because they think about the potential offspring that they could have. I get really excited when athletes mate. I know that sounds so weird, but I love it. I was actually once told I was a breeder. It was probably the best compliment I've ever gotten in my life. She plays soccer at Princeton. She called Pickett her soulmate, and she is known to make fun of her boyfriend's hand size online. So for their relationship, they are engaged. So I guess like the under would be like any time in their life, and the over would be death, like if they make it to death. I think I'm going to take the over on this one.
I got to disagree because she's adorable. She looks great. It's like small girls too. She's very small, but she's intelligent as well. He doesn't succeed at Pittsburgh, and he gets us a couple years like Sam Darnold has for USC from USC. Who I don't know if you know, Megan, but against all odds, I called it from day one that Sam Darnold was going to be awful. I mean, I have a thing with Sam Darnold where I just think he's just awful, and he's always going to be. And I called it. If he's not the guy, and he hangs on for a couple years, it's a third string quarterback or a backup quarterback, and never gets it done.
Or maybe he's a stay-at-home dad, and she's the Princeton moneymaker. What do you think of that? I mean, he could raise their athletes. He could train them.
She'll move up.